Hey, my name is Stephen Greathouse. My camp name's Steve. I've been here at the ministry for a little over 3 months, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Growing up, I was raised in Milligan Ridge Missionary Baptist Church. It was a little video church down an old gravel road, 60 people there on a good Sunday. My grandmother was the pianist. My parents had me there every Wednesday, Sunday morning, Sunday night. They gave me all the tools and taught me exactly how a man was supposed to live. But from an early age, something about sin, it was very appealing to me. I guess it all kind of started junior high, started kind of messing around with drinking here and there. And then, of course, like most folks, when I got in high school, I started drinking a little heavier, taking a few pills here and there, smoking a little pot. And someone would have told me then, I would have never have expected that it would have led to 17 years of insanity. Fast forward, my senior year, what I had planned to do as a career, came toppling down early on right after high school, and my answer to that, instead of picking myself back up, turning to Jesus, was to turn to the bottle. I drank very heavily every day. I'd wake up in the morning with a bottle in my hand. I went to bed with a bottle in my hand. And then due to that, the one I loved, the one I thought I was going to marry, was given an ultimatum. Hey, this guy's going to be a drunk for the rest of his life. You can stay with him, or you can and lose everything that you have, or you can go. And somehow or the other, I had a little bit of not being selfish there. And I told her, they're right. That's what I'll always be. I don't blame you. I would run too. And then somewhere in there, I used to always try to blame all my drinking and my drug use on the absence of my biological father, which in all reality, that was a lie, because I had a stepfather who adopted me and raised me and taught me the right way to live. I just really, really enjoyed the drugs and all the things that came along with it. So when I was about right after I turned 19, I got my first DWI. For a lot of people, that would have maybe been a little bit of a wake-up call, but not for me. I went out and was seeking that relationship with my father, and I knew that he did dope. And so I just had the bright idea, well, if I show up, and then I'll lie to him and tell him, oh yeah, I do this stuff all the time. And then I'll finally get that relationship with my father. So I did exactly that. I showed up at his apartment and kept asking and asking and asking for a line to meth. He kept trying to tell me no, but as me being deceiving like I am, I was able to convince him that I was already doing said things, and then that led into years of madness and drug use. But thank the Lord, I got married, and I was able to put those things down just for a little while. But then my marriage was not a happy marriage at all. The drugs, the alcohol came back quickly. It was a marriage. It was fueled on an addiction. One of us would try to do better and quit things, but the other one would just bring them in the house. Costed us both many trips to jail, losing everything. And then neither one of us were supposed to be able to have children, but a miracle happened during COVID, and we were blessed with twins. So I thought, hey, this is my out right here. I know I'll be able to quit all this insanity finally. But boy, was I mistaken. My children were born, Lillian and Gavin. They're 4. We brought them home. My ex-wife, she did very, very well for a while. I worked first shift. She worked third shift. So I saw a way to bring drugs and booze back into our house. And then slowly what I was doing rubbed off on her, and then there we both were in addiction again. So yeah, then our marriage, obviously it wasn't going to work. There was lots of violence, lots of drugs, lots of trips to jail. Finally one night after we had gotten into it, and she had slung a beer bottle at me, and I was holding my little boy, and it almost hit him in the head. Kind of had this little, I don't even know what you would call it, but something told me it was time to pack your things and go. So I did that, and then my kids, she kept them from me. Never been away from them since they had been born. Then they were kept away from me for 2 months. Fell into a very, very, very dark place. The drinking came back full force. The meth use came back full force. The pills, anything I could get my hands on just to feel numb. And there again, down the road a little ways, as we were going to court for divorce and everything, I know now that it was the Lord slapping me on the head, telling me, hey, here's your chance, turn and follow me. But I got sober just long enough to get joint custody of my children. We got on our feet really well. I had a dream job, had the house, had the truck, had the money, had anything and everything of the world anyways that anyone could want. But I definitely still lacked Jesus. I stayed sober there for about 6 months to a year. And then just one day I was going into a gas station and was kind of tired of drinking 3 and 4 energy drinks every morning. So I just asked the clerk, hey, I know y'all got to have something behind that counter that I can take that'll do the same thing that these energy drinks do. And that's when I was introduced to 7OH. And I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. Started out as like a $20 on Friday, just because, taking care of kids, working 6-7 days a week, just to kind of be able to keep up with the house. The next thing you knew, at the end there, I was up to a $200 a day habit. Everything that I thought I loved, I had gotten the kids in church, but that stopped once the 7OH use increased. I knew that if I put the kids in the truck and told them they could ride in the front seat and we could go down a gravel road, they'd leave me alone about going to church. And I could make my way up to Missouri, and I could get what I needed for the day just to feel normal. That dream job I had slowly started to drift away. The money, it went quick. And the next thing you know, I was swiping the company credit card because my money was spent on it. By the time Saturday or Sunday rolled around, I was already broke. I couldn't put food in the pantry for my children. What I had prayed for the whole time, joint custody, didn't seem like it was enough. I just wanted my children to live with me all the time. Their mother had dropped them off in November, and that wasn't enough. I was so far in my addiction. The only answer I had was I had to double down. And then from November to March, it was like I woke up one morning and that dream job, it was gone. Vehicle gone. 5 months behind on my rent. I don't know that I even had the will to be a father. All I cared about when I woke up was, how am I going to get the money to get these drugs so I can feel normal today? And thank Jesus, I was just laying there in bed, and my mother had sent me a text message, John 3:16, and this definitely was not my first choice. My way of thinking, I tried to call 2 programs and nobody answered. The last one I had called answered, and they just hung up on me, and my prideful, arrogant, and angry person that I was just, well, I didn't want to go to this facility anyways. But I can say today, I've praised Jesus for being by my side all of those years. There were several times when I should have been dead, several times that I woke up in the ICU days later from nearly drinking myself to death. accidents, you name it. But he led me here to John 3:16, where I found life. And I feel like every morning now that I get up with a purpose to do good. I no longer have the will to just do things for others, knowing that if not instantly, down the line somewhere, that I was going to get something out of it. In all honesty, I had no idea who Jesus was. I just knew he was a man that died on the cross. And that church that I'd went to they'd preached once saved, always saved. So in my mind, I thought, I've went up here and I've said these words and I'm a saved man. I can go do whatever I want to. But coming to the ministry, I didn't come here to get a relationship with Jesus. I came here for the same reason I went to any other program. It was just to get my mother and everyone off my back. I knew if I came just for a couple days, a couple weeks, that get sober. Here, son, have a vehicle. Here, have another apartment, and everything would be okay. But I listened to all the men around me and just took it one day at a time. And every day it really did get better. And the next thing you know, I'm developed a relationship with Jesus. I know who Jesus is now. I have a prayer life. I have a friend that I can talk to no matter what's going on. And I would say now that getting a relationship with Jesus, my worst days are better than what my best days were when I was living a very sinful life. I would say, don't hesitate to pick up that phone. Do it right now. Call. The cure is waiting. Jesus is waiting for you. You don't have to live in that pit. You don't have to live in that darkness. The answer is not to just keep going back and forth to the drugs and losing everything, burning everything down and having to start all over. Jesus, he's there, and Jesus is real. And go to John 3:16 and get the cure.